Good afternoon. Welcome one and all to this wonderful event and the penultimate, as in -1 show that we've got organized for you today. Penultimate because the next Saturday would be the grand finale. And I believe by knowing that, you would spread the word around and get a lot more of your friends to also pop in, because after that, it'll be over, adios, cheerios, till we see you later, but not yet. This is the second last show, and we got some really exciting things as usual on the show. So let's take a look and listen to what's happening today. First of all, welcome to the How to Festival 3.0. I think I've not mentioned this in the last 3 events. Discovering products through the online classroom. That's what we are here to do. And that's what we have as a mission at Team Locator, which, as you know, is there since 1995, acting as the architect and designers knowledge platform. And the How to Festival is also presented by LIC. So what do we have here? Okay, someone's pretty curious, peeping into that screen. And you know, these furry friends of ours keep making appearances through all my slides. And basically, yeah, what he seems to be having a peek at is what you should be doing if you want product information. And that's the online material museum at www.locatorindia.com. Remember the word locator, and we're proud to be Indian. Locatorindia.com, and lifelong, you'd be able to access information without a problem. And not just information. You're talking about a plethora of products, 187 categories to be precise, some 1,800 plus products, and a whole lot of details on the products. So with that, let's also share with you what we do at Locator. This is particularly for the newbies who are popping in for the first time. The Expert's Choice was launched by Locator as part of the mission to connect with the industry, that's product manufacturers on the one hand and architect professionals on the other. And there was no ranking system for products in terms of measuring the quality or an opinion on their timeliness, on their distribution, on their after-sales service, on the range, on the innovation. Take all these parameters and ask the experts, that is, practicing architects of repute, and you got India's unique trust mark powered by Locator, which was launched 2 years ago, and we shall be coming again this year, in which case, since many of you will be practicing, you may also get an opportunity to exercise your vote as an expert user. So that's the Expert's Choice, ranked by leading architects and designers. And as far as today is concerned, the most impressive How to Festival, which in its 3rd edition, 3.0, is right here in front of you, with our brand partner today being Godrej Appliances. What a journey it has been. It's been a phenomenal journey, made more phenomenal because it involves students of the top colleges of architecture, namely you, and you. And what are the colleges who participated? Who were the colleges? We got them in alphabetical order. Amity School, all the way from Dubai, Gurugram, Gwalior, Jaipur, Kolkata, Mumbai, Noida, and Raipur. We have the Bharati Vidyapeeth from Pune, Birla Institute of Technology, BMS College of Architecture, Chandigarh College of Architecture, IES College of Architecture, and the ITM University. In addition, we've got Jadavpur University of Kolkata, Jamia Millia Islamia of New Delhi, Guwahati College from Guwahati, Malviya National Institute of Technology, Jaipur, NIT from Raipur, Rachna Sansad, Mumbai, Rizvi College, Mumbai, RV College of Architecture, Bengaluru. And it doesn't stop there, it gets even better. SCET from Surat, School of Planning and Architecture, also titled JNA FAU from Hyderabad, Jehangad College from Pune, so JJ College of Architecture, Mumbai, Sushant School from Gurugram, Thakur School from Mumbai, Vaishnavi School from Hyderabad, and Watson, a debutant this year, also from Hyderabad. What a lineup, and those students are privileged, and you are really the creme de la creme to that extent. There we have it. Our furry friend is back asking, but do you know what these benefits are to you? If you do, then I wouldn't waste your time, but I don't think you know all the benefits that are lined up. So let's start with the one which gets your attention and gets you clicking away, the live quiz. There are 4 prizes for the fastest and all correct entries, as you know. For those who don't, it's a simple MCQ. Click, 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 click. If you've listened to the presenter who's going to come up in a few minutes, you should have no problem winning those prizes. And, 1,000 rupees Amazon voucher each is not a bad deal at all. Similarly, there are 4 more prizes. If you ask a question, get recognized. Yes, your question, if it is edgy, will get you a prize, which is another 4 Amazon GVs of rupees 1,000 each on the program. In addition, engage and become distinguished, because between yourselves, when you engage, you're also engaging with us and you're giving us opinion, you're putting up questions, you're putting up suggestions, and a whole lot more. And you get rewarded for that too. Not only that, here is what you add as a distinction to your portfolio with the certificate of participation. Our project head, Ms. Asha Rawat, has been receiving queries from you all. So I would say all those who participate in the How To Festival are entitled to the certificate of participation. So why don't you do one thing? Just go on chat here and put in your request and say words to the effect of, I would like a certificate of participation. I would request a certificate of participation. May I please have a certificate of participation? There are various ways to say that, but essentially put your request down so that we are able to share it with you. Of course, the certificate is meant for all those who participate, and you could ask for it on this chat as well. I see the chat numbers are now gone up to 59 individual chats. Maybe that's going to go speeding up all the way when you put your requests in. Yeah, I think as I'm talking, it's 63 and climbing. Good on you guys. Okay, what do we have more for you? You know, Archive. Archive is that repository. What you got on screen is a nice box files, but just imagine that digitally, where you can browse whenever the mood strikes. And what do you browse? You browse for those product videos, you browse for those PDFs of documents. You know, you're going into practice, you're an intern, or you're in this big firm and they suddenly ask you some, curved ball question. Your go-to place, Archive, you remember, yes, Voltas had said this. Yes, Legrand said that last year. By the way, Archive is for all the years. So you can go to any of these brands, archives, which is hosted by us, pull up the documents, get the specs, leave it at the boss's desk, and he says, genius kid, wonder boy. Because if you try and do this on a wide search like Google, you will get 1 million pages. But if you go to Archive, you will get precisely what you're looking for. That's the benefit of Archive versus a general search. Right, with those opening remarks, let's just take a quick look-see at what happened last year. Last year, as in HTF 2.0, we've been sharing all the colleges over the program in the last 6 episodes. We have 2 more left, and they are Vaishnavi School of Architecture and Thakur School of Architecture and Planning. And of course, we got engagers and winners of HTF 2.0, all my lovely friends. But Ajay Garg, who's on the extreme left, and by the way, I'm privileged to know many of you by name because of your love, your admiration, and your regular involvement on the show. So Ajay, I think, probably has moved on to doing his design masters or what. Friends, Siddhi and others, if you know Ajay, I think he's from Thakur School, maybe our team from Thakur, please give him a shout and say Mr. Ramesh Iyengar fondly remembered him on the show, though he's a moved on, passed on student. Then we also had the other engagers and winners who are here. Fantastic. As we know, we love winners. And what do we do for winners? Anyone can help me here? This band certainly can. One more time. How's that? That's also for you winners for the 6th episode, which includes Sidra Khan, Pratik Kanjilal, Sayam Sanchetti, Shreya Sarkar. Good on you for winning the quizzes, which means you were very, very quick, because there were, if I remember, more than 90 all correct entries. So come out on top of the heap requires you to be fast as well. And we had the Q&A winners. We had Sahil, Vaishnav Kadam, Rashi Chakraborty, and Ishita Bashrin from Thakur School. Maybe Ishita is the one who's going to do that shout out to Garg for me. And who were the winners of the engagers of the day? They were Sherabano, Mihir Pawar, Shreya Sarkar, and Sahil from Thakur School. So there you are. All are lovely winners of episode number 6. And with this being the penultimate show, we probably won't be having any more flashback, because we have covered all those who were there in HTF 2.0. We covered the winners of episode 6. So it's all coming to a grand finale next week. But not before I ask you, are the innovators up and running? Yep. I believe a lot of you have theses. This Saturday particularly, you have some examinations. Well, we can understand schedules have got pushed around because now things are coming back to normalcy, fingers crossed. And what you need to do is take a little time off and put in your entry for the I Wish competition. Don't forget, it's got tremendous recognition, because all you need to do is let your mind work. And which, by the way, since the last 6 weeks that I've been talking about I Wish, I'm sure your mind is working. Now you're just wanting to make that entry of 150 words with one illustration. How easy is that? And you get 10 prizes. First of all, 10 citations and mentions on the website. We host you. We put you up as an innovator. And you also get an Amazon GV worth 2,500 rupees. So it's not anything to be missed up. How do you get in there? The Google form link is shared here on the group. Team, may I recommend that you paste it right now. The journey is already begun. I believe we've already started getting submissions from some students. I think it's only a matter of time before the current participants reach out for that link. And by the way, there are 24 product categories. So if you dried up for ideas on cables, fine. If you got something bright and glass, great. If you want to do something with furniture, even better. And so on and so forth. There's tiles, there's paints, there's plumbing, there's electricals, there's LED. Go online and find out. The link will be pasted here and will also be on your FB group. Having reminded you about that, I said fame and recognition are reserved for you. And don't forget, 2,500 rupees worth of GVs too. Yes, what's cooking? What's cooking is time for us to do some learning. And it gives me great pleasure to bring on show a very consummate and educated person. Welcome, Santosh Salian from Godrej Appliances. And let me introduce Santosh to you formally. He is the AVP and product group head of air conditioners at Godrej & Boyce Manufacturing Company. Santosh has over 2 decades of rich experience in the Indian air conditioning industry. He has a bachelor's degree in physics and electronic instrumentation and MBA in marketing. He started with, listen to this, he started with Carrier, that's Carrier Aircon. He moved on to Matsushita, then to LG Electronics, then to Reliance, and then to Blue Star. Wow, his 25 years work experience encompasses all functions, sales, retail, product management, and marketing. Currently, He heads the air conditioners category at Godrej Appliances. So with that, I'm going off screen. Welcome Santosh, give him a shout and hear what he has to say.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Santosh Shalin and I represent Godrej Appliances. I handle the air conditioning divisions. I thank Locator for inviting me for this How To Festival event. And I'm very excited to actually be out here in this forum. For the next 15 or 20 minutes or so, we'll be talking about our journey into air conditioners and what are the exciting products we'll be bringing in, keeping in mind our architect and interior designer friends. I will start my presentation. I'll just give a moment to share my. Yeah. So if you notice this, the proposition for the brand for Godrej is clear. Whatever products we make, it is actually made in mind in terms of proposition of energy efficiency and sustainability. So that sums up our proposition, healthy for you and the planet. A quick overview on our corporate divisions. One more. Godrej and Boyce, a quick purview on Godrej Boyce, the entire flagship company of GNB started in 1897. We have presence, we have completed almost 123 years in India. We have a journey from pre-independence to post-independence. Overall, there are 16 strategic business units and our global footprint encompasses almost 5 continents. We have almost 16 manufacturing facilities and another one getting added very soon. In terms of appliances, our entire thought proposition is very clearly things made thoughtfully and soch ke banaya. And how is it made? Why we do say that? You will see in the subsequent slides when I open up the product portfolio on air conditioners. A quick overview on Godrej Appliances. It's one of the largest home appliances brands in India. We started making refrigerators from 1958. Over the years, we have expanded to a lot of portfolio, like your washing machine, your air conditioner, of course, which I'm talking about, microwave, dishwashers, medical refrigerators, thermoelectric, air cooler, UVC-based disinfecting devices, and so on. Now, the quick snapshot of our air conditioning journey. Yes, we started our refrigerators in 1958. In air conditioners, we actually launched in India in 1997. So we are considering our journey. We are a young category in terms of air conditioners. But of course, our journey encompasses almost 2 decades in India. Currently, we launched our ACs, and in 2010, we started our journey on our sustainability platform, where we said that we'll give something different to our Indian consumers or to our all global consumers too, with a total different proposition of developing an R290 refrigerant. Now, what is the R290 refrigerant? I'll be explaining in the subsequent slides. Which is also important for all my friends from my architecture field when they design any product or design their for the customers. Incidentally, R290 is a hydrocarbon-based refrigerant. You have other HFO-based refrigerants also in the Indian market, but Godrej is the only brand which is actually having air conditioners R290. Over the period, if you notice, we have got our Green Balance remarks in our portfolio in 2012, India Design Remarks, awards from BE Efficiency, BE also, and then as latest as 2020-21, we were the top 4 finalists in the Global Cooling Prize competition. I'll explain about this Global Cooling Prize also. This was also done on the sustainability platform. So over the next 2 decades or so, from 1997, we have sold almost 3 million air conditioners in the Indian market, and I can claim very proudly that we have almost 3 million air conditioners satisfied customers in India. The air conditioning facility, it's in Shirwal. Shirwal is approximately 100 kilometers from Pune, and this factory has a capacity of almost 5.4 million air conditioners per annum. And over the last 7 years, Godrej and Boyce has invested almost 1,100 crores in all our capacity enhancements in manufacturing, R&D, and technology also. This is a proper backward integrated plant where we have our copper tube or heat exchanger plant or plastic injection molding, your outdoor unit. So this is a total backward integrated plant at Shirwal, wherein we have made to order shipments for our air conditioners, and we encompass between 1 ton and 1.5 and 2 ton split air conditioners. We have our R&D facility also very close to Pune. This is in Pirangut. This is also 100 kilometers diagonally opposite Shirwal. And this is also a world-class facility where we have all of performance test labs, reliability labs, and also encompassing AMI, AMC tests also. Now, this festival, where the first question can be, is air conditioners only for cooling, comfort cooling, and what is it for? We would like to actually make a strong proposition here that air conditioners can be healthy for you and for the planet also. I'll repeat again, our entire product portfolio proposition is on energy efficiency and sustainability. And sustainability will be playing a huge part in every architect or every interior designer who designs his for his client and taking into entire BOQ of all the product categories, not only consumer durables or appliances, any other lighting or any other product categories also. Let me show it how. Now, a quick thing about air conditioners is it is highly regulated product. When I say highly regulated, Bureau of Energy Efficiency regulates the product, has driven this program from 2010 onwards, and there have been energy efficiency norms which every brand has to follow. We also follow it very strongly. If you see on the left-hand chart, there are 1 to 5 stars, and then there is ISEER rating. Now, ISEER rating is simple. It is what is the against the cooling output, what is the input power the AC takes. And depending on what are the norms are there is a clear table which is being demarcated by BE. So in the Indian market, just to relate, the biggest chunk of business comes from 3-star and 5-star. So interestingly, look at this figure. The 5-star is 4.050 ISEER, and 3-star is 3.5 to 3.99. Now, typically, how do you calculate the energy efficiency or the power consumption? So typically, the AC runs, there are clear assumptions which is actually plotted by BE. AC runs 8 hours a day, 25 days a month, 8 months in a year. So if you calculate all this, puts out to 1600 hours. And if you see this air conditioner, it's one of the strongest proposition of Godrej, wherein the AC is not only 5-star, it's a super efficient 5-star. So you can see the ISEER norms out here. This is almost 6.15 ISEER. Now here, if you see the power consumption, it is 453 units per year, which is almost 0.2 units per hour. Now, if you calculate it, an average cost of electricity is 6 hours. And cost of running an AC for an hour is approximately 1.68 rupees. And on the 8 hours, it is approximately around 15 rupees per day. So that's how the consumption is calculated, and we have plotted our most super efficient air conditioners in terms of this consumption. So as your star rating degrades, maybe you go to 3-star, the consumption will go up. It will be approximately 3.5 rupees per hour. So another aspect is because of these norms, the customer also has visibility as to what is the capacity of the product. So typically, as per thermodynamics law, 1 ton is 3514 watt. And B actually regulates everything on wattage. So your cooling capacity is also on wattage. So if you see this label out here, you can see this cooling capacity which is mentioned. This is a clear denotation to the customer that customer also has a visibility of what is the exact capacity of the product. So if it's 5,200 watt out here, and if you calculate if you plot it on 35814, you come to know the exact capacity also 1.48 ton. So this also helps when designing a product, when you're designing a heat load, what is which tonnage, which product category, or which SKU you should actually pick in. It is just not 1.5 ton. You should also look at the tonnage on the label also. So in terms of cooling capacity, also summarizing this, you higher the cooling capacity, it is the better is the output of the in terms of comfort. The other aspect is you have to look at the energy efficiency. If it's 4.5 as per the current norms, it is a 5-star. It is, if it's more than 4.5 or 5, it is technically a 6-star, or 5.4 or 5.5 product, it is a 7-star product. We are one of those few brands which has a super efficient range, which is also in 6.15 ISEER. Overall, the consumptions, energy consumption per year, it's clearly mentioned here, and variable and fixed speed type of air conditioners are also mentioned on the label. With this, let me take a break out here. There is an exciting quiz which will come up your way. We'll meet after the break.
Well, Santosh, you said it, and you said that there is an exciting quiz, and I know all my lovely student friends would be ready with fingers poised and to take the link, which I guess the team has popped up for you, and begin the second part of the show with the quiz. And that's everyone getting excited, put their hands up and say, me next, me next. And what have we got as a quiz? One quick announcement. As you know, you have 2 parts. There are 2 questions coming up. There is a link which is pasted in the chat box. It's open for 5 minutes. You get to win because you were not only correct, but you were also quick on all 4 questions during the show. Question number 1, easy peasy. Godrej Appliances began in 1958 with what? The group is 123 years old. Appliances as a division is from 1958 and is the same age as Mrs. Iyengar and myself. The brand, the appliances brand. Your options are air conditioners, refrigerators, microwave cookers, and dishwashers. So what do you think appliances made their debut with? Quiz question number 2. ISEER stands for, now this one is important, your options: energy efficient norms, efficiency norms for all countries. B, for the output cooling, how much input does the AC consume? C, it is actually a visualization of the refrigerant quality. And D, it is Godrej Appliances' own rating for energy efficiency, efficient products. So whichever is the right answer in your opinion gets you a chance to hedge towards that Amazon GV and to also be cited on the show at the end of the show. So yes, my furry friend, we are back to some more learning and I'm out of here. Welcome back, Santosh.
Thank you. That was really exciting in terms of the quiz. I could see that a lot of excitement in terms of question and answers there. We will be interacting more on the quiz, and congratulations to the winners. I come to the clear demarcation in terms of our offerings as a product portfolio for air conditioners. First is clearly energy efficiency, which I gave a brief purview on the B labels also. So we are one of those few brands which has got 6.15s. We could see that the 5-star was 4.5 ISEER, but we also have ACs which is 6.15. Now, if you calculate 6.15, it's almost an 8-star product. So we are offering almost an 8-star product to the end consumer. Which is available with Godrej, and this has also helped us to be a finalist in the global cooling prize. Now, what is global cooling prize? Most of you can go to the Google and check it. We were one of the top 4 finalists in this global cooling prize. This competition is held only on the platform of efficiency. Now, another proposition is environment, which the entire Godrej Group is very clear in terms of whatever products we make, it should be healthy and it should be healthier for the planet also. You can see this chart on the refrigerant. For air conditioners, typically R410A, R32, R290 is used. R410 and R32 are HFC or HFO based refrigerants, whereas R290 is hydrocarbon. You can see the global warming potential on the right hand side chart. Compared to refrigerants like R32, which is primarily the ACs which are available in the market, which is 675, we have R290, which is only 3. So mind you, when you're actually specing your product or any designing for your clients, and you can see that India is also signatory to low carbon emission by 2060. So there will be, you can start off when you specing for a product, designing for a product, you can actually look at all sustainable products also in terms of low global warming footprint. So R290 is the refrigerant which has GWP of only 3. Now, yes, this is what we take huge pride in. A Global Cooling Prize finalist. In fact, this recording, if it's still live there on YouTube, you'll be seeing Richard Branson also actually giving away the final awards in this contest. This happened in 2020. And a proud feeling, we were the only true Indian brand which was there on the platform, whereas you can see all other brands were MNCs, and they were actually working on across the globe. And we were the top 4 finalists on almost out of 2,100 registrations across 96 countries. And this entire product or the platform was made on very high efficiency, and we were the only brand which was actually using R290 refrigerants. Coming back to basics, yes, most of you know what is an air conditioner, but a simple connotes of air conditioner. Typically, a split air conditioner will have an indoor inside and an outdoor outside. So you see all the components of air conditioners. The compressor is the most important part. Your expansion valve actually brings down the pressure and thereby the temperature also. So you just wanted to give a snapshot of this, just in case you wanted to know internally what are those components which actually help the AC to give you comfort cooling. Popular types of air conditioners, if you have seen, it is central and commercial air conditioners. These are for large applications. In terms of residential, non-residential applications, it is ductless and mini split air conditioners and window air conditioners. In window AC, all the components are actually embedded. This is also not being preferred by consumers now because of high noise levels. Most of the light commercials and residentials will be preferring split air conditioners, wherein your outdoor is actually fitted outside. A quick snapshot of our air conditioner portfolio, which I was talking about. The 3.5 ISEER is the 3-star category, and the 4.5 5-point ISEER is the 5-star category. I will not go into the detailing of the series and all that, but a quick snapshot, if you can notice, which I was keep telling you all on the super efficient range. So we are one of those few brands, I would say hardly there are 1 or 2 brands which talk about super efficient, and Godrej, we want to continuously drive this. For our 2022 portfolio, we'll be having a wanton in the 5.8 ISEER. This is almost like a 7-star product. We already have a 6.15 ISEER. Now this is a 5.8 ISEER, which is almost like a 7-star product. The 1.5 ton inverter split air conditioner, which is a 5.4 ISEER. This is almost like a borderline of 6-star and 7-star. And a 2-ton air conditioner, which is of 5.0 ISEER. This is almost a 6-star product. Even 2-ton, mind you, for my architect friends, you will actually receive a lot of speccing or requirements of 2-ton, and you are one of those influencers, the architect and the interior influencers for this segment. The 2-ton segment is typically preferred for large areas, your big cafes, restaurant, where you'll be speccing it, and the air throw is also needed. Clients, when there is high human applications, you will require a larger indoor unit. Now this indoor is almost 1100 mm, and that what does it actually translate to the end consumer? It actually translates to a longer air throw, large air throw of almost 30 feet for cooling. Apart from this, this year we are also talking about UVC technology. Now UVC is becoming very important. I will explain in my subsequent slides, and smart IoT range also. All our air conditioners are with a nano-coated antiviral filter. These pandemic times where the virus has actually changed our lifestyle, you need to have a product which actually helps you in proposition of nano-coated antiviral, which sterilizes the virus. Here, our claim is very clear. It's almost 99.9%. This is a coated filter, coating on the filter, and it has a semi-permanent life of 12 to 18 months. Now, let me open up the proposition, one of the strongest USP in our portfolio this year. This is the UV Cool technology. You must have noticed that most of the five-star hotels or airports have this UV chambers. When you actually check in, you put your bag, or even in airports, you actually walk through an UV chamber and have disinfection. This is become a big tool or to fight against the virus, which have been affecting us last 2 years. Now, UV is actually three types: UVA, UVB, and UVC. The LED which we use in our air conditioner is the UVC. This is actually this is fit for human consumption also, and this has a wavelength of 275 nanometer. At this 275 nanometer, you can see that the virus actually breaks up. It actually gets desterilized, and that's how our proposition of disinfection of 99.9% viral particles is delivered. With this, I have a very exciting AV to show in our portfolio. Can I have the AV, please, for the UV Cool technology? Yes, you could see that UV Cool technology, and this product is well suited for high human traffic places like your restaurants, or your banquet halls, or your light commercial offices, or your marriage halls. Here, the end customer can actually assure the users, or when for example, the restaurant users, that the passes that my area has been UV cooled with an UV Cool technology. We offer sterilized air, and it delivers 99.9% disinfected cool air in that cooling space area. Another exciting part in this work from home environment and all the Wi-Fi, huge penetration of your broadband fiber and Wi-Fi penetration across the country during this pandemic period. Everything is moving into IoT now. You customers are also looking at smart applications and applications controlled through mobile. This has a strong market for residential also, but definitely non-residential market also has a strong demand in terms of you can actually have a smartphone control from anywhere. This is actually compatible with both Alexa and Google. Multi-mode system, you can actually track your power consumption also for your clients, for your architects. When you're designing a product, you can you have your or commercial applications, you can actually check your power consumption. You can check your filter checks indicator. The AC itself will throw up that the filter needs a cleaning, it needs a periodic service. So it is maintainable. Mind you, if ACs are kept in maintainable condition, the product life cycle of the ACs also actually increases. There is the smart diagnosis and service support is directly plotted on the smartphone. With this, I would like to call for an exciting video, a very interesting video on the IoT platform also. Can I have the AV on the smart IoT technology?
Introducing smart IoT-enabled Godrej air conditioners. Alexa, switch my AC on. Smartphone and voice enabled. Need to adjust the temperature. Feeling stuffy? Adjust the fan speed. Need cooling at all corners of the room? Turn on the swing mode. Maintain the air quality and your AC. Monitor filter condition. Control your AC from wherever you are. Schedule your AC operation from anywhere. Worried about the electricity bill? Track your AC power consumption from anywhere. Choose from 5-in-1 convert cooling. Take care of your AC from wherever you are. Smart diagnosis and smart service support. Share AC controls with your family. Select from multiple modes. Cooling at your command with smart IoT-enabled Godrej air conditioners. Godrej Appliances, things made thoughtfully.
Yes, that was on the smart IoT. That was the second USP what we'll be unveiling in our 2022 portfolio. With this, I come to the fag end of my presentation. Overall, the proposition of the brand in terms of product portfolio is very clear. We will be driving our health and hygiene platform through a nano-coated antiviral filter and UVC technology. All our product range has 100% copper in our copper condenser also. The proposition in terms of heavy-duty cooling, even for as high as an ambient of 52, the AC compressor will work. All our ACs will have tri-filter filter system with your dust filter, active carbon filter, and nano-coated filter. Twin rotary compressor for super efficient range, super fast cooling with the lowest D rating. The D rating is only 20%, even at high temperatures of 48 degrees Celsius. And self-clean technology where the coil is actually kept cleaner. You don't have to worry about mold accumulation on the coils. And of course, the smart diagnosis, wherein which it throws up the error code if there is any issue with the air conditioner. With this, I'll sign off my presentation out here, and let me actually open up a nice AV about our one of our range, which is available in 3-star and 5-star inverter. And this video will encompass the entire features what we have in our product portfolio. So that was the D series AV, where you notice that all the feature attributes of our product range is been captured in that exciting and lovely video. And whatever the brand stands for has been clearly covered in that video. Maybe you can see this. With this, I end my presentation out here. I thank you, Locator, and all the organizers of How to Festival. And I urge my friends from the architect community and interior designing community to take this proposition of efficiency and environment-friendly products to the end user, to the end customers too. And Godrej will be very happy to partner all our friends to spec our products in the right manner and the right for the right usage of this product. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me out.
Well, thank you, Santosh. Thank you for going into those details, which were news to us, because we've had some previous presenters, but some of the details that he covered were certainly new. And I saw the chat. It's some of it is quite new. And we have 31 questions. We have a whole lot of participants for the quiz, which means it's time for me to bring in the second part of the quiz. And let's take a look at that. So it's quiz time again. You know the rules. There will be a link. And last time, I believe the link was a little delayed. Team, may I please request that the link be posted now so that it's open for the team, for our students to answer. And the questions are coming up. Question number 3. R290 refrigerant has an advantage of reducing the global warming potential, GWP, due to what rating? What rating did it achieve? And your options are A, 3, B, 33, C, 363, and D, 6336. So you need to sign off on the right answer and be quick about it so that you're winning those 4 vouchers reserved, with one more question to be left answered. Nano-coated antiviral filter helps by A, chemically reacting with the virus structure, B, mechanically heating and breaking down the virus, C, bonding it to the element and preventing the spread in the air, and D, helping to sterilize the virus. And very close answers there. You know it. If you heard Santosh, hit the right one. At this time, I would sincerely like to thank our sponsors who've been with us right from day one on the How to Festival, LIC. And let me tell you, students, it takes a lot to put up a show like this, a lot of curation of information. There's so much production work, pre-production. There's so much of curating the information that comes up. And everybody spends a lot of time for your pleasure to get knowledge in 20, 25, 30 minutes. And of course, a little bit of fun, courtesy, the team at Locator. But none of this would be possible were it not for our sponsors, LIC, very proud to sponsor the How to Festival 3.0.
My journey of insurance and investments began at the same time, when I invested in LIC SEEP. In this fast-moving world, SEEP can balance your funds with security and growth. SEEP will take care of the ups and downs of the market and will give you fruitful results so that you enjoy the ride. And when SEEP is with you, you can soar high.
LIC's unit-linked insurance plan SEEP offers savings and protection so that you can soar high in your life. LIC, हर पल आपके साथ.
That brings me to the second last segment, the last being the quiz winners announcement. We got the Q&A. Let's roll it with Mr. Santosh Salian. I'm going to get off screen and invite Santosh to please come on video. And I can already see you in the box. You can unmute yourself too, Santosh, so that we can take this Q&A session together. Welcome.
Hi, Ramesh. Hi.
Hi, Santosh.
Everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be here again with among my young friends. I was seeing all the chat. really exciting to see all the chats. Actually, it actually makes me proud that the session was accepted very well, and I think we could add value to the discussions and to the knowledge domain also. Very happy to be here.
I mean, I take a bow because you made complex things simple, and that's always the hallmark of a good presenter or a good teacher. That I know it takes a lot of effort to put things down and super simplify it. So I'm grateful. And even the students loved it. You could see from the chat, as you said. In fact, you'll see from the questions too. Now,
let's see.
We got a record number of questions. I think some over 30 something. But obviously, how this works, Santosh, you know it. It's a 10-minute segment. So we'd love to chat till the cows come home. But in 10 minutes, we have to curate and pick up the most juicy ones. Of course, we promise students that on Archive, our repository, we'll put answers to all other questions. So nobody is going to be left unanswered. But a few choice ones so that we can discuss. And brevity would be the way to look at this whole thing. So let me, without any more delay, just jump into it. Ritesh Chaudhary says, why are these refrigerant regulations in place?
So it's very clear. This came in, there are two parts to the refrigerant, if I answer it in a technical language. One is ODP. ODP stands for ozone depleting potential. Now that's clearly affects the ozone, because that word is in the ozone. So now the refrigerants which are being used in India, last 15 years or so, the ODP has always been zero. The refrigerants like R410A or R32 or maybe even R290, it's been zero. But I don't have to tell my architect friends that global warming is an issue. Everybody knows it. Now we've been seeing it everywhere now. Now the usage of air conditioners in terms of your refrigerant adds to the global warming potential for sure. Because of this, the quality of refrigerant which you use in your air conditioner has to conform to lower global warming footprint. And this is also in line with our Montreal Protocol. India is a signatory to the Montreal Protocol, to the Paris Protocol, and as recently as the Glasgow Protocol also, where India has taken a target of being a net zero carbon emission country. And these are the precise reasons why refrigerants have to have a low global warming potential. I might have sounded too technical, but that's a precise answer.
No, Santosh, technical is always difficult, but we have very little time, so you've done a marvelous job in condensing it. Let's condense more as we go. Sherbano has a question. It says, window air conditioners are not preferred by the people due to the noise it makes. Is there any way to reduce the noise of the device and make it more compatible?
No. Answer is no. Manufacturers have tried everything, putting a base plate in between the air conditioner, and trying to cut down the noise, but it doesn't happen because the compressor is embedded in the unit itself. And as we see it this year specifically, because of this entire commodity exchange prices which is happening since post the COVID, the price of a window air conditioner is now getting very close to a split air conditioner. So at that price point, also customer will not prefer a window air conditioner.
Right.
So if the share of segment of window AC in India is around 10% or 13%, if you ask me as a CAT person, it will drop to 5 to 8% this year.
Naturally, there are so many advantages to having good night's sleep without it jarring and waking you up. And I think the air conditioner, even if you service it well, over a period of time, it actually lands up making even more of a racket.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, Vaishnav Kadam has a question. He says, at what stage of the design process should a designer focus on the bringing in to the air conditioning system, design into the air conditioning system, the air conditioning system into the design? Sorry.
So I'll put an example. A client has given you an open space. He says, okay, design an office or design a restaurant for me, or design a light commercial office for me. At the beginning stage itself, you have to involve the AC contractor. Now, why? You need your electrical points. You need your piping to be laid. You need your drain piping to be laid. So these needs to be discussed in the first phase itself. It's not that you can keep the AC at the last point of discussion. Yes, the product supply can happen at the last point, just before the painting starts or after the painting happens. But you definitely need to involve the AC contractor or the AC dealer in the beginning stage itself, where you are actually working on the site drawings.
Ritesh Chaudhary's question is, which is the best air conditioner refrigerant in India as per the latest industry safety standards?
So in terms of safety, whatever refrigerants are being used in air conditioners are safe. But the best refrigerant is a hydrocarbon refrigerant that came out of the chart also. It's simple mathematics. The global warming potential is only 3 and R290. And Godrej is the only brand in India which is using R290. That's the answer for this question.
So, Ritesh, you got your answer there. And Ritesh actually asked another question, so I'm going to bung that in quickly. He says, is the UV case of Godrej non-toxic?
Definitely non-toxic, because UV is 3 types: UVA, UVB, and UVC. The one which we are using is UVC. It is non-toxic and it is safe for human consumption. The nanometer emission is 275 nanometer, which is absolutely safe for human consumption.
Rajshri has a question. Is there any security system for the IoT-based AC? That's obviously IoT, and therefore, security could be a concern or an issue.
So security is definitely there. Like if you're for the IoT application, if you have designed it for a commercial office, you give that control on the app to one maintenance guy. He can actually program that the temperature has to be locked at 24 and nobody can fiddle with the air conditioner. Or you want to program it that it switches off at 6:30 in the evening. That also can be done with the IoT. So this itself is a safety build-up for the air conditioner, that you don't have the remotes. You don't have to have multiple remotes with the IoT program. You just have the remote to connect the Wi-Fi to the router, and then the app takes over. And if the user is using it or the maintenance person is using it, he controls everything. That's how you actually control the safety aspects of this.
I think I can squeeze in 2 more questions. We got Rai Chakrabarti saying, does the IoT technology contain safety features that can temporarily limit control of the AC to only one user, since someone inside the room may not want someone outside controlling it? I think you just answered that.
I think the answer was already given. That this can be done. Yes, answer is yes. Answer is yes.
And does the limitation in piping length for split ACs cause any issues or problems when it comes to high-rise buildings? So it's more about what's the maximum length for a split AC, and is that a problem?
So the architects will always face these issues with the client, or even an architect, because he has an eye towards that the outdoor unit should not be an eyesore in terms of looks and feel overall, or the site which you're designing in. So we have a strong proposition of 25-meter long piping in our 1.5 ton 5-star units. Now with this 25-meter is like, if your AC is on the ground floor, you can actually literally put the AC on 2 floors above on the terrace also. But the efficiency of the product will drop for sure when you actually take it beyond 3 meters. So you have to take care while designing for the heat load. If the heat load is designed for, say, maybe a 1 ton product, so you should necessarily go for a 1.5 ton when there is a long piping involved.
Makes sense. Makes sense. One last one, Santosh. We always have this one question in each session, which shows the interest of the students with respect to environment and wanting to save it and protect it, which is always good for us, because a lot of our predecessors have brought us in this mess, and I hope this current generation takes us out of it. So this one says, where was that? Just one second. It was an interesting question. Okay, I've got so many questions over here, it's got bundled, but let me tell you what was the question. The question was, there's so much of waste being produced. when air conditioners are disused or its life is over, what is Godrej able to do about reducing that as, pollution waste or physical waste? What are we doing about it?
So the wastage starts from
that's from Siddhi. I'm so sorry. That's from Siddhi. Yeah.
Right. So Siddhi, the wastage starts from the designing of the product itself. So first is, in the design itself, we make sure that we don't use products which cannot be recycled. For example, I can use a recycled plastic for my fan blade, which is then there in the outdoor unit. And the cost can come down. But I don't use it because our philosophy is very, very clear. We don't use recycled stuff. Because when you use a recycled fan blade, it becomes black and becomes brittle. And that actually has chances of breaking up as the age of the life of the AC goes up. So we don't use that. We have a virgin plastic for our fan blades. All our plants, when I say plant, manufacturing plant is Shirwal. This is a water positive plant. I'll be glad to actually invite the architect students to come and visit our plant. It's a wonderful plant, and it's a net zero plant in terms of carbon emissions, the solar power plant. So that is number 2. Number 3 is disposable. Like, I'm not repeating the usage of global warming potential refrigerants and all that again. Number 3 is the disposal of air conditioners. Now, air conditioner typically in India has a product life cycle between 7 to 10 years, depending on where are you actually located. Suppose you're bang opposite sea corrosion, then every year your coils will get corroded. But if you're in a comfort environment, good place where the sulfur content is lower, and keep the AC on in maintainable conditions, the AC can last up to 10 years. Now, how does the AC gets disposed after you want to replace your old AC? So apart from your energy efficiency norms, your regulation in terms of refrigerant norms, your regulation in terms of BIS norm, there is also a norm called e-waste in India. And Godrej is a strong signatory to this program, where when we actually take an exchange of an old AC back, we don't give it to a scrap vendor. We can make money by giving it to a scrap vendor, but we don't do that. We follow the e-waste norms very clearly and very thoroughly. We have our approved e-waste vendors in India, and every year there a particular percentage of e-waste is actually given back to these approved contractors. So that's how we take care of even of the disposal of old air conditioners.
Excellent. Santosh, well said, well answered, and I can tell you that Shirwal is something you're going to get a lot of requests for, because on chat I saw one of our colleagues, student, she stays there, and she says that the plant looks really excellent, and a lot of them said, hey, maybe we can go since it's near Pune. So if those requests come, they're being passed on to you. Perfect. With that, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for your time, and I'll continue to wrap up our event today, including the quiz winners, announcers, and some of the prizes which are in store for them. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you. Thank you for having us. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Asha, I think over to you for share. And yep. So we are there announcing the winners of the day, and Santosh is giving a look-see, so you'll be happy to note that we normally elicit 10 names because they came in fastest figure. In today's session, the 10 would be, yes, drum rolls to be imagined. Starting at the top, Kirti Valsan, Sudeshna Chalubadi, Anamika Thauta, Rashri Chakrabarti, Yunus Sayed, Sidra Khan, Kriti Vanshika, Saman Chaudhary, and Rai Chakrabarti. And these are the ones who are right on the top. And we have, by the way, this is not in the pecking order. This is like random top 10, but the ones the computer has picked up, number 1, 2, 3, 4 are here. And they are Kirti Vanshika, Kriti Vanshika, Sudeshna Chalwadi, Saman Chaudhary, and Rai Chakrabarti. Congrats, team. Enjoy yourselves. Those Amazon vouchers are yours. and of course, the pride of knowing that you have been fast and accurate. Next, there are reminders of the two competitions. It would be a good moment to tell you that even if you have submissions, even if you have exams, these competitions are designed, they're not there to stress you either on time or to, expand your brain and make it stretched. It's actually something you can do relaxing. It's something which works when you're studying, and it's something which is beneficial to you. So let us see what are the two reminders. The first is the Godrej Design Lab Portfolio Competition and Student Fellowship. Twice, Henry from Godrej has told you about it. It's all up in the posts and in the emails sent to you. Very quickly, what it means is 3 winners will receive a fellowship, internship for 3 months with Godrej Constructions. So look up the email that has been sent. The link is also on the chat. I would request the team to please paste in the link once again on the Facebook group, so that if anyone has been a little lethargic, they will see it right on top. So that's the Godrej. Asha, you can just hold it back for a minute, which is that I wanted to, at this point, say thank you to Godrej and Boyce. They have been a wonderful brand partner. We've had everything from environment to kitchens to appliances, and just imagine the amount of heft this group has. 123 years. They are very ethical. They believe in education. They believe in communicating. As you'd see, there's always that elegance between, yes, we are Godrej, the brand, but let's tell the students things they can learn. So we are grateful at the How To Festival and Locator for all the partners within Godrej and Boyce who come forth, and this fantastic competition. So students, really must give a shout to Godrej, because with the next event, we will be saying bye to them today, and hopefully not forever. And every year at the How To Festival, Godrej and Boyce will be here. Bravo and good luck, and hope to see Godrej's brands once again. Yes, Asha. So the second reminder is, of course, the I wish, willy won't kind of a thing. That's what the flower represents. I wish exclusive competition for students of the How To Festival. Top 10 innovators get recognition on all our digital assets, but it's not just recognition. There's 2,500 rupee each for the 10 best innovation suggestions. And how does that work? 150 words and just an illustration, either your drawing or a grab or a made up design in any of the product categories. As I told you, there are 24. Check up the link on the entry form, for the entry form in the chat, and it's also on your Facebook group. There you are. The link just came up. And yes, Sasha, we can therefore say, what's up next week? The next week, student friends, is the grand finale. Intricacies of planning and design of projects by Voltas. There is their senior-most person in the technical side, one Mr. Kazi. He is a delight to listen to because he's a master in his topic. And you're talking about projects and designing of projects by Voltas, none other than Voltas. I think it's something you guys must give a listen to. And that will be our last event for this. So see you on Saturday, 12th March, 12 noon. Don't miss the finale. Till then, signing off from the studios, saying thank you from Mrs. Iyengar, Ms. Asha Rawat, Ms. Beena Koshi, Smita Satpute, and our digital team, and Ravi Rao, and there are so many others. KK, who does all the designing, all the lovely curated designs are done by Kashiram Kadam, who's one of those quiet back of the stage kind of persons, and many, many, many more people. So we're going to see you next week. Don't forget, spread the word. Voltas is going to do a grand job. Till then, bye-bye.